Hello and welcome to another episode of the Weed and Wrestling Podcast. Da-da-da! I'm your host, Rebel Professor Ryan Barton Lash, the eccentric enigma, along with my co-host, Laniya. Yeah, and
Everybody.
we got we want you to like, share, and subscribe. I remembered to say it for once at the beginning. Hooray! Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. You know, tell us we're awesome. Tell us we're not awesome. Tell us what you would like us to cover. We were just talking about doing some live streams here. Might start doing some live streams of maybe some AEW, because we have not covered any AEW and we have not really given our opinions on AEW as is. So it really would be a journey for me. That's why I'm fine with kind of live streaming it, because I have not really gotten into AEW like at all. I've never been regular with it.
I haven't been regular enough to say I was regular, so me neither.
Yeah. So we're gonna get a little regular together and start trying to do that. I guess we got Wednesdays and Saturdays. So keep an eye out for that, folks. But otherwise, in the meantime, we're sticking with good old WWE, and we're sticking with it on Monday Night Raw on April 28th there in Kansas City, Missouri. And we start out the night with Seth freaking Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman promo.
Okay. I'm going to say it. For every 90s kid who watched Are You Afraid of Dark, the tale of the specs, those were those shades. Those had to be the inspiration. And I know you know, because I Googled a picture and posted it on our Facebook page, because those were definitely inspiration for that. Are You Afraid of Dark all the way? That's it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And he's wearing like a $13,000 suit on top of it.
A jacket. It was just a jacket. It was gorgeous, though. I loved it.
But yeah, the promo starts out with basically Seth saying that the industry now runs through Seth freaking Rollins. And then Sami Zayn has entered the chat. And he comes out and pretty much calls out Seth on doing all this, that he didn't hate Roman and he didn't hate Punk, that he was just jealous of them and jealous of their success. And then he follows it up with if Braun will get his face kicked in if he keeps on staring.
Which was like, okay, but not really.
Yeah. It's like a lot of wrestlers and stuff. Sami Zayn is not a very threatening man.
He's not. He's like the least threatening.
And
And
this is why I thought to really go into it, because even when he was a part of the Bloodline, he was never really a true bad guy. He was never really a true heel.
I just always picture him as walking on the beach with no shoes on any time of day.
Yeah, he's
Any
not
beach.
looking homeless anymore.
He's not. I'm telling you, his clothes and Seth Rollins changed, except Seth Rollins has way better taste and way higher value.
Absolutely. Goes on there and Seth tells Sami that he wants to move him off of Raw for his safety, and that he's going to need his answer by the end of the night. And at the time, hopeful me writing notes was more that I was hoping Sami would join with them, and and actually like turn bad guy, because that's the thing. is he has the hardcore style and everything like that. If he just became this like sociopathic, Canadian, if you're gonna look homeless, be crazy homeless. Like
I don't know. I mean,
I
you
would like
know,
for it, but then again, we all already have too many heels. So,
everybody's a heel that does spears.
do you do a spear? Are you a heel in WWE? Would you like
Yes.
to change up your moveset? Don't bother.
No.
We won't let you.
This is what's selling, so we're gonna keep doing it forever.
Yeah. Um. Next up, we get which I gave the little segment a 7.
I didn't give it anything actually. I just started writing about Rhea and Io.
Yeah. Yep. And we got Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a sneak on the outside. And we get a hit to the knee. And then a big slap. We get some corner exchanges. Then she stops a Razor's Edge. But then there's a midair catch into the barrier. And then we get the leg slam into the corner. And then a clothesline. Then we get another midair catch suplex. And then a dart kick. And then we go to an ad break. When we come back, there's a moonsault from Roxanne. And then there's a kick out. And then she just continues to work on that leg. So far with something I've noticed with Roxanne Perez, she has a lot of just great old school dirty heel tactics about her.
Definitely does.
And she's been studying with Mr. Shawn Michaels down there on, hey, I know all this heel shit.
Yeah, she has a face expression to match it too. She's definitely strong in that whole
Yeah,
area. It's very impressive.
yeah. And then we get a Razor's Edge and then a big knee to a kick out. And then Julia enters the chat. And there's a roll up and kick out. And then a Hurricane Rana DDT. And then a kick out. And then Julia attacks Rhea. But then Io Sky comes out to help. And she attacks. And kind of left at that. I gave the match a 5.
Yeah.
Even though I like Roxanne's impressive, I feel that they just kind of went through the motions, did what they needed to do in that match. Nothing
They just
impressive,
added.
nothing disimpressive.
Yeah, they didn't. It was just a clusterfuck match. It was. I don't think it was really meant to be anything, significant because it just had people showing up to do stuff and then not really do anything, and it was
Yep.
over.
Yeah, gave the match a 5 there. Next up, we get a Judgment Day promo. And going out of the usual zeros that we give the Judgment Day promos, I gave it a 2 because JD McDonough's back, and I like JD
I didn't even write about it.
McDonough. Fair enough. But I'm just happy to see JD McDonough back. I watched interview with him on Chris Stanfleet, and I already liked the guy's in ring work before he got injured. So I'm glad to just see him back. And then Carlito just says some dumb shit about how he needs to win a championship too, because Finn and JD are gonna go back after the tag titles.
Yeah.
So next we get awful Logan Paul. And first note on it is Logan Paul goes, "Hey yo." I made note, you do not deserve to say "hey yo." That is That is fucking Razor Ramones. That is fucking Scott Halls. You are not up to par with that. You do not deserve to say, hey, yo.
Yeah. You know, I put, what the fuck is Logan Paul doing? How dare he? We need Will Smith to smack those words out of his mouth. The things I write to myself are crazy.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't have anything else after that except 4 letters, 1 word, grunt sound, yeet.
Yeah. Well, that's because Jey Uso comes out
That's all I have. It's like,
and I just make note, Jey Uso deserves better than Logan Paul. I hate Logan Paul. Finally gives him a super kick. And then Michael Cole says, Logan Paul versus Jey Uso, sign me up. And I just said, I do not want to sign up for this.
nope. Everybody just wants Paul to go away, but whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. I gave it a 0 just because I cannot stand Logan Paul.
I gave it a 3 because of the grunt sound. For yeet. Yeet.
Fair. Next, we get the War Raiders versus Judgment Day, with New Day acting as commentary. Yeah.
I wrote one of the things that they said.
Good, because I didn't write down what they said. I was hoping you would.
Oh, something Paul said to them.
Match had a really good start to it. We get a back body drop and then a belly to belly, and then we get double body slams, and then we get that assisted body slam kind of deal that they do. And then Ivar does his signature big crash into the side of the apron, and then we get an ab break. When we come back, there's corner punches. Then we get a hot tag in. We get a sit down splash, and then that big spinning kick he does. And I think we talk about it every time we talk about the War Raiders, just how good Ivar is, and
Yeah.
And New Day actually comments on it too, saying that Eric coming back held back Ivar that he went to the top. I was like, he definitely didn't go to the top, but he's still really great as a solo wrestler.
And I wrote because, I don't know, they said something like Pat McAfee, we thought you left years ago. And then Cole said to them, "We don't dump our partners like you like you dump Big E to New Day." And that was a highlight for me. I mean, they had really good banter and back and forth in the commentary with New Day there. They made me happy, and that was one of the lines of the highlight. So.
Yeah, they were great. We get quarter senton, then from there we get the doom salt that misses, and then there's a punch off the back, and then moonsault on the outside. And then there's another moonsault, and then there's a breakup of the pin, and then we get his handstand elbows, and we get a battering ram on the outside, and then Finn gets thrown into the New Day. And then there's a big crash into Finn and the New Day into the corner. Then Carlito tries to get involved and he gets hit. And then there's a roll-up kick out. Then Eric delivers this great jawbreaker. And then Penta comes in. And Penta pushes JD McDonough off the top there. And then we get the War Machine for the finish. And the War Raiders retain the tag team titles. I gave the match 6.5.
Yeah, I wrote this Raw is dog poop flaming on your lawn at that point. So yeah, that was
Now,
yeah.
and my main next note is that Penta does the strut on the desk.
And I put that actually I
10,
put Pinterest strut
10.
on the announcer's table, gave me the balance I needed to finish this Raw because this Raw is dog poop flaming in your lawn. So I had that one. Yeah, it was cute. I kind of wanted him to fall though. Just walking the edge of the desk. Intrusive thoughts, you know. So yep,
Yeah. At this point, I want to see Penta strip. Keep the mask on.
a little bit, just a little. Mask and the boots. Keep the mask and the boots on.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep the mask and the boots on. Take everything else off, boy. Want to see
Anyway,
it.
let's not go off topic.
um. So, next up, we get quick Sami Zayn, Paul Heyman promo, and Sammy calls out Paul for the way he screwed over Punk and Roman, and Paul compliments him on the way that he left, and that in the end run they both left him, and then he tells Sammy that Seth really cares about him and he doesn't want him in the way, so much to the point that if he was to go to SmackDown, whoever would be the winner of the Randy Orton John Cena match, he would get the next title shot if he leaves to go to SmackDown. And you can either live in the future or you can die in the past.
And I wrote, Sami Zayn looks like he combed his hair and beard. That's a weird combo.
Yeah.
And also, Paul Heyman has always been as trustworthy as a coked up crackhead selling electronics. They've never changed his storyline. He's always been the same person. I feel like since like the 80s, and like he plays
If it
it
ain't
so
broke,
well.
don't fix it.
But that's what I wrote.
Yeah. But I gave the little spot a 7. I thought it was pretty cool.
I gave it 7 also. It helped push the storyline along, as we
Yeah.
should see. Like,
Yep. Next we get a Becky Lynch promo. And Becky is, funny as shit. I've done some investigation into who attacked Bailey, and it turns out it was me. And she brings up a good point that Bailey has been attacking Becky relentlessly since 2019.
she has. She has.
And
I mean,
he's a crybaby.
listening, but
Yeah. And that Bailey's a crybaby, and that she's like that she's trying to play. Oh, sorry for what I did. So please like me. Won't somebody like me?
I know people like that in real life though, so it's not that far off.
Right.
Um, this reminded me that people on my Macari page think I'm a man. I don't know why. Maybe it's the way I type and the vibe I give off. Maybe I'm masculine. I don't know. But someone left a review the other day. It was like 2 people, and one was said I love him, and the other one like this guy is cool, and I was like, what? And that's all. And Becky Lynch is the man. And apparently, people think I'm a man.
Oh, wonderful. Well, yeah. And then she goes on and talks about how she was a mentor to Lyra, but while she was gone, she cozied up to Bailey, and she tried to get her to ditch that bitch.
I think it's that bitch in exclamation points with a heart.
um, And then Lyra comes out looking beautiful as always, her with her skirt way too short. Given what she was getting ready to do. Um, uh, yeah, and Lyra talks about how, she was told by everybody that she would get betrayed by Becky. And, says that, she wants to settle it, that they can fight right here, right now. And
And that
I automatically thought in that skirt.
that's what not in that skirt. No.
um and then Becky says she doesn't want to do it, and Lyra says the man is too big for Casey. And she goes on to say about how she's better than you, and that she knows that she's better than Becky. And I thought it was really great there, especially when she kind of chases her out, and she says, "I'm gonna give you a funeral for your ego."
But wait, can we talk about how Lyra's thighs look so much thicker in that skirt than they do when she's wearing pants?
Yeah, yeah, we
I
can
mean,
talk
that
about that.
was Lyra thought. I literally wrote about it here. I was like, first of all, I was like, this is borderline confusing to me. She went from yelling about Billy to Lyra being in the ring. Her thighs are thick as fuck in that skirt. What? Pants make her thighs look so much thinner. Thick thighs save lives. That's literally what I wrote.
I you
And
know I pretty much have to stop myself from anytime Lyra comes out and just talking about how goddamn pretty she is. So
I mean, yeah, I don't know. That skirt, I didn't listen to the damn thing she said because the skirt was gorgeous and her legs. It's all together. Total package. I mean, she's so athletic and, it was very impressive. And
yeah,
I might have been stoned at that point also.
yeah, she did a
Um,
mid rope drop kick in that fucking skirt.
yeah, like, anyway, that's all I had to
Um,
say. That's all I wrote. That's the what I wrote.
yep, and she did really good job. I'm just glad that they actually got her to talk for once and actually get onto the mic for once, because we see
I
her so much in the ring and she's established herself so well in the ring, but she hadn't had a chance until now to establish herself on the mic, and she was good on the mic.
She definitely was. Then we need the banter back and forth. We need to see how you react with and interact with your colleagues, because that's like
Yep.
75% of the shit, you know. So yay,
Yep.
great, you look great in the ring, but how about let's work a real storyline and see where we end up. And I think they're doing it. I think she started off very well. I think Becky's really helped launching her like full force into that, which I love.
Yeah, for sure. um Next up, we get with oh yeah, I gave the spot a 7.
I gave it 8.
Yep.
The thighs.
Um, Next up, we got Penta and Chad Gable promo.
Okay, okay, okay. I just want to talk about they let Penta curse like they do let Spanish people curse on fucking radio station. The way he was letting them off in the beginning of that rant, just like only when you know Spanish do you know what he's saying. Like,
Mhm.
and that's just something they do it in America all the time on like the radio stations, and like I guess censors just don't know what they're saying, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That
Um, yeah, and the whole promo basically sets up Penta to get a match with JD next week, and then Chad Gable says that he was glad to see him and his brother both lose, and he comes at him with Sierra Miero, um, the no fear, and I gave it a 5. I think it did what it needed to do.
I don't know what the fuck it needed to do. Um it was unnecessary, And only thing I wrote was a complete off topic because that whole thing, little spiel was off topic. I was like, I really hope they're not going to dig his character into a corner. And same thing with Braun at this point because it's getting a little stale with the random shit. The random shit usually ends up stale in my eyes. So I just hope they're not starting it. Motherfuckers.
Yeah. Next up, we get a Rusev vignette.
Just to merge them so no one know we stopped.
What's
So
that?
I'm gonna merge them so no one knows we stopped. So
I believe that it's not that I have notes on it. I was just gonna say it was good vignette.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't write anything.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I was like, good place to jump back on and leave back off. But gave a good little vignette just talking about how he just plans on being a monster. Not fine with that. Next, we get Stephanie Valkyr versus Ivy Nile. And another great opponent to pair her up with.
Ivy made her look green as fuck.
Shit.
Like she.
I thought the match was pretty good.
She put. Oh no, yeah, no, but she made her like her skills like look so underdeveloped compared to Ivy. Like she was obviously the stronger opponent, and she showed it every step of the way. Ivy Nile, obviously stronger every step of the way. She made Stephanie her bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get the whole deal to start out with the tackle and then a kick out from there. And then for just a good few minutes, it's just raw wrestling. They're really just going at it with each other. Then we get a devil's kiss, then an ab break. And then when we come back, we get more devil's kiss. And I like how they just apparently shout out Booker T because apparently that's his like favorite move of hers.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, why are you shouting Booker T?
Yeah.
What?
Apparently he just loses his mind every time she does it. So then we get Meteora, and then Chad pulls the leg up, and then we get a German suplex, and then another German suplex, this time with a kick out. And then we get headbutts and a big superplex with a kick out. Then we get This Is Awesome chants going on. And then we get a roundhouse slam with a kick out. And then a dragon screw with an SVB finish. And Stephanie Valkyr wins.
Yeah.
Yep. I gave the match a 7.5. I thought it was just when all I have to say is just Raw wrestling means you can't really describe it. They're just going move for move.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really describe it. So there's that.
Fair enough. Next up, we get a little AJ Styles promo that just basically sets up him facing Dominic Mysterio next week.
And I wrote about this. AJ Styles, nothing is phenomenal about you, not even his weak ass storyline. I adore the World Cross has. He seems like he really enjoys it, and that makes me, as a viewer, enjoy it, not you. AJ Styles. Because there's just nothing there. Like,
yeah.
I'm not, obviously.
Yep. And next we get Karrion Kross, who basically tells Sami Zayn to make the right choice. And then next up we get Pat McAfee delivering a promo.
And I wrote for this, Gunther and Gunther dropping McAfee is still one of my favorite Raw moments of the past few years.
Oh yeah.
There needs to be more choking of McAfee out. Like during this inspirational, rousing speech right now, it'd be great if Gunther would just drop him and stop it. Just stop him from talking. I want him slow. I want him to slowly. I'm not with McAfee.
Creep
I
up
want him
like an old timey villain.
I want him to slowly take his place with wrestling, like he did with football. I want it to end,
um,
and that's it.
I love the promo. I feel like this is the with the day Pat McAfee dies. This is gonna be the promo that they fucking play at his funeral.
I mean, it was inspirational, rousing. I said that. I just thought it would have been great for the company if Gunther would have choked him out
Yeah,
during it. Just
fair
saying
enough.
it. It would have been hilarious and
Yeah.
ironic.
And he says he's a loyal motherfucker, and they go off and they censor him on that, which I thought like the whole point of being on Netflix was to not be censored.
Not be censored and not have commercials? Oh, how much we didn't
Yeah, well,
know.
no, I know, I expected the commercials.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I paid for the big package. Why do I have commercials? Oh, because there's just commercials. Why do I pay for the fucking big package? Damn it, $30 a month.
yeah. Um,
Anyway,
but yeah. I gave the spot a 10 just because I love Pat McAfee and I thought it was just a really great segment.
it's like 9 for
Yeah,
me. I didn't hate it. I just thought it would be better if Gunther would have dropped him.
yeah. Fair enough. And next, we get the little Seth freaking Rollins, Sami Zayn setup promo. And they get into it, they get into some real stuff. Seth talks about how he called Sammy when his kid was born, how their kids are friends, and they're gonna end up growing up around each other, and tells them to just take the pass, take the out, go get yourself a undisputed title shot. And Sammy says that he just won't be threatened. And
I am man, hear me
yeah,
roar.
right. Um, and that he will win a world title one day, but he'll be doing it the right way, and that Seth can go to hell.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that leads into Braun Breaker coming out like the angel of fucking death.
Who the fuck decided to put badass dog on his outfit? That was one of the most tacky fucking choices I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. It was horrendous.
Mm.
Horrendous. I was just like, oh, what is that? What is that? Oh my god. Oh my god, is that really? Like, that is. Who did that? It's not like. Who did that? That's gonna go down as one of those things they make fun of later. Like,
Yeah.
for years. Like, forever. Like, cause that. Who. Like, who? The stupid. It's just stupidity. It's not even audacity. It's just pure stupidity. It didn't look good. Who did that font? It didn't look good. Like,
Yeah.
I. That ruined the whole thing for me because I had to look at it. It was disgusting. Who did that? People get paid to fuck things up like that, and I'm upset. I hope he didn't do it himself because, ooh.
Yep. But yeah, then we get Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, and starts out with a great big belly to belly, and then accidental smash, then another belly to belly, and then we get a great spine buster with kick out. Get the leapfrog there with a clothesline from Sammy, and then a big apron lariat um, from Braun, and then goes to an ab break. When we come back, there's a sunset flip power bomb done, and then a kick out. And then he pulls off a great tornado DDT with a kick out. Then Braun pulls out a Breakensteiner, but then Sammy pulls out the exploder. And then the Halua kick gets stopped by a spear. And then there's another spear.
I'm
then
shocked.
Seth tells Sammy to take the deal, and Sammy tells him to go to hell. And then he takes another spear. Then he takes another spear. And then Seth comes in and, tells him that, basically he'll finish him off and gives him the stomp.
These deals and bullshit, they gotta find a way to space out their fucking their new thoughts and stuff. Because you can't go from deal with The Rock to this deal. We can't keep doing this. We can't do spears all the place. They need to spread it out. We need more
Yep.
variety. I'm just like, who the fuck is back there? Like, I have this one good idea, so let's use it in every fucking storyline. Like, who's doing this?
Yep.
That's how I
Lots of
feel.
things seem to go left and right. And,
Or in a circle.
yeah, or in a circle, back to square one. But, and still, I thought the match was good. I gave it a 7.
I was obsessed with the fucking horrendous clothing. I gave it a 6 because who did that? And like, did you see the font? Like, what font was that even? It was throw the whole thing away. It's about to lower the score now. More think about it.
Yeah, but
and it's in one spot. Like,
so I still like where they're going. With these characters and everything going with this storyline. I'm more excited though to see them add people to this stable and see who they will add.
Yeah. The adding people in the way they're doing it and who's saying yes and who's saying no, that's getting more and more intriguing to me. Like, ooh, Sami Zayn, they actually picked him to do something? Yay!
Yeah. But
so now we can start taking people off, like Roman Reigns, no, like CM Punk, no.
Which apparently those two be taking a little time off, not surprising.
I mean,
who cares? who really cares? We got plenty of new talent to deal with.
Holders right now.
But yeah, otherwise,
they don't hold that.
Otherwise, that wraps up another episode of Monday Night Raw.
It does.
And wraps up another episode of the Weed and Wrestling Podcast.
It does.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Go ahead and do everything you can for us. What's a little click for you means a lot to us.
Subscribe, it's free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And outside of that, we thank you once again for tuning in. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. We got SmackDown coming up Friday. And
maybe some surprise in between. We'll see.
Yeah, they're probably then. But we're gonna try to live stream AEW. I guess it's Collision is on Saturdays, right?
Yeah. Well,
we'll see what happens. See what happens.
Exciting for all of us. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Take care.